Hey everybody, it's Christiana coming to you live from the Longmont Yarn Shop. Welcome to Fiber at 5. It is Sunday, May 2nd. I cannot believe it's May already. So, yay, hopefully nicer weather is on the horizon and no more snow, please. So, I'm super excited today because we're talking about another one of my favorite topics, which is anything Colorado and anything purple. So what do we get? We get the Colorado Rockies, and I am a huge die-hard Rockies fan for those of you who don't know me very well. And so I thought tonight would be a great opportunity to celebrate Colorado and purple at the same time. So we're just going to go kind of back and forth between Colorado-based products and purple products, and there are a couple that kind of transcend both categories. Hey Doreen, yay! And if anyone wants to shout out to me what the Rockies score is right now, I know that it was the top of the 8th and they weren't doing very well. So whoever just wants to shout it out to me, I'd appreciate that. So I love baseball. I am a diehard Rockies fan again. And so I thought it would be fun to kind of start out the night with some fun facts about my favorite baseball team. Oh, good, 4-4. Okay, thank you, Doreen. Hi, Mom. So here's some fun facts that I found out about the Rockies, both through taking the tour at Coors Field and just looking online at the various ESPN websites and the Rockies website. So I'm going to start you out with a fact that's kind of a gimme. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Nancy. So the reason the Rockies wear purple is because of the line Purple Mountain's Majesty from the song America the Beautiful. And they are the only baseball team in MLB that does wear purple. The Arizona Diamondbacks used to wear purple and turquoise, but they don't anymore. Now they wear, I think the color's called Sedona Red. So another fun fact, Coors Field was the first ballpark to install an underground heating system. So that's why when it is snowing outside and the teams are playing, the field still looks fine. It looks like no snow is collecting on it whatsoever. While they were building Coors Field, they actually found several intact dinosaur fossils. And that's one of the reasons why our mascot is a dinosaur, because they did find those bones in unearthing the area that Coors was to be built on, which I believe Coors Field sits on about 76 acres in lower downtown Denver. The inaugural season of the Rockies, which was played at the old Mile High Stadium, not the new one, the old one, attracted over 4.5 million fans, and that's just in the first year alone. And to this day, the Rockies still are continue to attract some of the biggest crowds in Major League Baseball. Okay, this next fact is kind of another gimme. The row of purple seats in the upper deck marks exactly 1 mile above sea level. And another fun fact, I'm just full of fun facts. On April 17th, 2010, Ubaldo Jimenez threw the team's only no-hitter, currently the only no-hitter one of our guys has thrown, at Turner Field in Atlanta. He threw a career-high 128 total pitches, and his average pitch speed was 96.8 miles per hour, but he actually threw 3 pitches that were triple digits. So I've got a couple more fun facts, but I will save them for later because I want to just keep you guys watching. So I'm going to start out tonight with some Colorado products, and I have to confess to you all, I feel very guilty because every time we talk about Colorado stuff, I tend to forget this company and I feel horrible. It's Shacked. Shacked is in Boulder, Colorado. So I went to their website and I found some really interesting information about the company. So their company was founded in the late 1960s when there was a back-to-earth movement and accompanying craft resurgence. So their first item was the drop spindle, and excuse me. Barry Shacked, along with his brother Dan, started the business when a friend wanted to learn to spin. They'd heard about Green Tree Ranch in Loveland, Colorado, where people raised sheep and taught spinning. One day they hopped in their van with friends and dogs, of course dogs, and drove up to the ranch. Not only did they get a quick lesson in the art of the drop spindle, but they also came home with a commission to make 200 of them. And when Barry and Dan delivered the spindles to the Greens, they were delighted, especially when they painted little green trees on the handles. Louise Green, who was just starting to weave, suggested the brothers make a simple loom, and they asked, "What's a loom?" Their first model was a portable tapestry loom, a version of which they still make today. To spread the word about weaving, they taught classes at the Boulder Free School and soon opened a retail shop to serve new weavers and spinners. And correct me if I'm wrong, the Boulder Free School still exists, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, Barry and Dan created simple looms and accessories using one of the university's woodworking shops. Early manufacturing was done with the help of a commune and a retired woodworker in Loveland. Later, the brothers set up shop in their garage. From there, the fledgling company moved through a series of real factory spaces with honest-to-goodness power equipment. And in 1985, the brothers built a factory in Boulder. Today, they build their looms in a 35,000 square foot factory with nearly 50 employees and are one of the world's leading makers of hand-weaving looms and spinning wheels. So that's just a brief overview of their history. There's so much more information on their website if you want to read more into the company. It's really, really awesome. So I am going to step aside and let Bryce speak for a minute because our first item is a drop spindle and I am not as quite familiar with them as she is. So I am stepping aside. What did I do with my mask?
Hello again. So I am totally a fan of the Shack drop spindles. This is not actually the first one I ever use. I bought one on Etsy. It was like a little lace weight, smaller than this, not quite as long of a handle, and not quite as heavy. But I have to say that after purchasing this, because I needed a second one, because I wanted to, have two plies on drop spindles, and I didn't want to unspool the one spindle that I had, I picked this one up. And this is one of the best weighted drop spindles I've ever used. This particular size is the 2.2 ounce one, and they have a few different sizes. This was kind of like their mid-range one. So it is a really, really great one for all sorts of different kinds of fibers. I tend to feel like I spin like a sport to a DK weight when I use the spindle, and I'm, drafting my stuff properly. I can get a pretty consistent sport to DK weight. But the really great thing about this particular spindle, especially in the way that they designed theirs, is you're really getting two spindles in one because you can use it in my preferred orientation, which is a top whirl spindle, and you are connecting your fiber here and everything is getting spun in this little section here, and you're collecting your fiber, your spun yarn underneath the whirl. But you also have the option of using it as a bottom whirl spindle, which in my opinion I prefer for doing things like plying and stuff like that, because all the weight's really concentrated towards the bottom. So you can make a much thicker and heavier weight yarn with a heavy spindle that's having all of its weight come towards the bottom. So you have both options, and there's a little notch here which makes it easier for you to attach your leader yarn as you're building up your cup down here. So I really love these spindles, and also another good feature about them is that there is a little notch on the top part, so if you're working it as a top row spindle, you have an area for your yarn to live and rest while you're collecting all that spin, and then same here on the bottom, you have this area for your yarn to rest a little bit while it's collecting all that spin as it's spinning. And these are quite weighty, and they're really balanced, super lovely. I wish I had some mine actually so I can demonstrate how well they spin, because they truly are some of the best weighted drop spindles I've ever personally used. And like I said, they have some other sizes too and weights, so you have options if you are a drop spinner. And even though I have a spinning wheel now, I have to say that I really still love using a drop spindle. I will do it for hours and hours and hours and totally not even think about it because it's just so portable. It's one of those things that you can walk around and do, and for me it's something that helps me keep up with my technique because everything's slowed down a little bit differently, and I can really work on my hand positioning and things like that when using a drop spindle. So I Love it. I'm a huge fan of this particular model. And there's some instructions too that tell you how to use it as a high-low drop spindle. And I don't know too many manufacturers who make high-low drop spindles like this. So it really is cool getting 2-in-1. Yay for Shaft. Hello, Doreen. Hello to everybody who's popping in for this. This is awesome. I think that's all I have to say about these particular drop spindles. They retail for $25, which I think is a fantastic price for something that you're going to be using for a long time. And if you so felt like it, you can absolutely do a little stain, because I believe these are unstained, so you could customize them a little bit and paint them, although paint would alter the weight a little bit of your drop spindle. So that's something to consider. But the hook, this little notch, and then this notch on the bottom, those are the features that I love in a drop spindle, and I highly recommend this one for any beginner out there or someone who wants to learn to use a drop spindle. If you take the spinning class with Stephanie the next time it comes up, she teaches with these drop spindles, and we have store ones to use for class use, so you absolutely will get familiar with it if you ever take a spinning class with us, because they are awesome. I'm a huge fan of them. I think that's it for me, Christiana. Our next thing is another Shaft product. Are we doing Cricut looms next? Okay, I'm going to get out of the way so Christiana can talk about Cricut looms, and those are awesome. Very Shaft.
Thank you, Bryce. So the next item we're talking about is the Cricut loom, and it comes in this lovely box. These retail, I want to say $209. And of course, I grabbed the one that didn't have a price sticker on it. So I believe they're $209. Don't be deceived by the box. This is actually what a Cricut looks like when it is all completely set up. And they call it the Cricut because of the shape of the side pieces. It kind of resembles the body of a Cricut. The Cricut itself comes with the loom, some yarn to try to test it on. It is nature spun worsted weight that it comes with, and it also comes with the 8 dent heddle. Getting my numbers confused because I want an 8 dent heddle for mine. So it also comes with the 2 shuttles. And what's really cool about the Cricut is you can get a stand for it. Those are sold separately, or this actually comes with a table clamp that you feed through the sides, and it clamps the loom down on the table so that it doesn't move. I have the Cricut at home. These are 15-inch, but they do come in 15 and 10-inch. I've got the 15-inch at home, and I've got a stand, and honestly, I love the stand just because I'm not taking up any tabletop space, because I would just leave my project there and we would just have to work around it, sorry. So the stand is great because I can move it around, and the Cricut is also fantastic because it is so portable. We do have the flip looms too, which are quite a bit longer, and you can fold them in half and make them more portable as well. So as you can see here, someone started doing a little sample weaving on there. This is a great product for not only people learning to weave like me, but also for people who are more advanced. Our weaving teacher here at the shop has a couple of these at home, and she loves them. She uses them all the time. So you do have to assemble them, but the instructions that they come with are super clear and easy to use. So if you're wanting to get into weaving, I would recommend looking at a Cricut. So $209, made by Shaft in Boulder, Colorado. So these 2 products are the only 2 of Shaft's that we are showing tonight. We have a lot of Shaft products on the website under both the weaving and spinning subcategories under the shopping tab. Anything you need though that we may not have in stock, we can special order. So that's another option too if you're looking for something specific. So that's give us a call or give us an email and we can help you out with that. So when you get your loom, obviously you need to have yarn to put on it. So we just brought in Jaeger spun, or I should say we just re-brought in Jaeger spun. This is, it's technically classified as a lace weight yarn, but we do have it in our weaving department on the website. It is under the weaving yarn. And this is called Zephyr, which that's an awesome name. It is 50% wool and 50% silk. Because it is a lace weight yarn, you'd probably need like a 12 dent heddle. And look, it's purple. Of course I pulled purple because we're celebrating Colorado and purple tonight, but we do have this in many other colors, and it is available on the website. So this is $17.99 for 50 grams or 560 yards. And it's super soft. I have actually crocheted with this yarn before, and it is fun to work with. And I apologize, I completely meant to bring the sweater I crocheted out of this with me tonight. So I'll make a note and hopefully I'll remember it next week. So that's our first purple item. So going back to Colorado items, I'm gonna move that spindle. I have got this wonderful roving from Wabi Sabi Farm. This is actually Gail's sister's farm. And sorry, Doreen, can you read Doreen's comment?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool.
She was asking about weaving lessons, beginner lessons.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do we have those up on the website?
Not yet, but we should soon.
Okay.
I know Sarah is available for private, and then we can rent looms and stuff so people
Cool.
can try them out.
So yeah, the weaving classes aren't up on the website yet, but in case you didn't hear Bryce, our weaving instructor does offer private lessons over Zoom. And we do rent out looms. So again, that's another, shoot us an email, give us a call if you have a question. So, okay, Wabi Sabi Farm. This is Gail's sister's alpaca ranch. And it is in Wellington. And this roving is 100% alpaca. And honestly, you guys, it is so soft. I just want to curl up and take a nap on it right now. But this is a 4-ounce braid of roving, so this is what you could use your fun shacked drop spindle with. And trying to move that so it doesn't drop. And what I think is really fun is she puts the name of the alpacas on the yarn band. So this is from an alpaca named Jasmine, and it is $28. And of course, this is a local product. Wellington's north of us, right?
I think so.
About 20 minutes north.
Yes, yeah.
It's not far from Johnstown, I believe. So super soft. I love alpaca. So this next item is both purple and local. So this is also from Wabi Sabi Farm. This is a fingering weight alpaca and icicle blend. It's got, and I don't know if the light's going to pick this up, but it's got this little bit of shine to it. So this is deep purple, and it's kind of a periwinkle, so it's a tiny bit on the blue side. And then this one I absolutely love. This is the Barber Polled Cornflower and Deep Purple. So it is blue and purple with that tiny bit of icicle in there. These are both fingering weight, and there are 300 yards per hank, and these retail for $34.99. And they are just as soft as the roving. And love those colors. So our next item that I want to share with you guys tonight is from Storyteller Wool. And they do our punch needle kits. So I did go to their website and I pulled up a little bit of their history. So Storyteller Wool is owned by Rebecca Martin. She is an educator, yarn dyer, pattern designer, writer, and Rebecca wears many hats at Storyteller Wool. She is a certified Oxford Punch Needle rug hooking instructor, and she is working her way towards McGowan certification in traditional rug hooking. So Storyteller Wool was founded by Rebecca and Sherry Witten. Oh, I love this. Once upon a time, two fiber artists found each other in the shadows of the Rocky Mountains. Their mutual love of punch needle rug hooking and all things wool led to the creative collaboration of Storyteller Wool. Sherry has since stepped away from Storyteller Wool to focus on her nursing career, and she remains a dear friend and supporter of the company. So tonight I pulled an item that I have never showed before, and unfortunately we don't have a sample of this guy, but he is so incredibly cute. This is one of the short story kits, and it is gnomes. I'm so excited about that. Those are so cute. So this is $49.99. It comes with the instructions and the pre-printed piece of muslin with the colors needed to create these little gnomes and mushrooms and gardens. Oh, sorry, got excited there. This takes a 9 or 10 Oxford punch needle. Those are sold separately. Again, there are more options for these guys on the website, so we're only choosing to show one tonight because frankly that is so cute. So that is from Storyteller Wool, and I want to say they are located here in Longmont or just north of us. So yes, gnomes are awesome. I agree, Doreen. So I'll bring you back now to a couple more facts about my favorite baseball team, seeing as we're celebrating Colorado and purple. So I looked up on the website, and they actually have fun facts for, broken down by day. So I looked up today's day in Rockies history. And 26 years ago today, Joe Girardi drove in Roberto Mejia in the bottom of the 11th inning to send the Rockies to their 4th straight win to begin play at Coors Field, which opened in 1995. With all 4 of these wins coming off of walk-off hits or the Rockies' last at-bat. For those of you who love baseball, Joe Girardi is actually currently the manager of the Philadelphia Phillies. He did manage the New York Yankees for a few years, and now he's in Philadelphia. He was actually in Colorado last weekend when we were playing the Phillies. So, more fun Rockies trivia. No, the Rockies are losing. Come on, guys. We did so well last night. And by we, I mean them, of course. So my next item, we just did a local item, so now we're going to do a purple one. And this may look familiar, but it is a super, super nice item, and I just cannot emphasize enough how much fun this yarn is. This is the Fino by Manos del Uruguay. This is a fingering weight yarn, and it is extra fine merino and silk. So of course this is a hand wash item. There are 490 yards here, and it's called Amethyst Earring. How fantastic is that? Of course we've got more colors than just the purple, but I agree, Doreen. That was a great game yesterday. There's actually another color. It's a lavendery color, and it's called Seance. And I'm sorry, I just love that name. I think it's fantastic. But this is Amethyst Earring, and it is a rich, deep purple. It almost looks kind of blackish on my monitor, but it is a very dark purple. And this is $35.99. It is fingering weight. It's 70% merino, 30% silk. Again, it's 490 yards per hank. And I actually bought 2 of the Seance color to do a Tony Lipsy shawl that I hope to get done one of these days. My project wish list just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, Fino. Next, I have to show you one of my favorite items, and I am so excited because Hummingbird Moon will be with us on the 23rd, so I'm really excited. But these are the last 2 colors of Hummingbird Moon that we have in stock right now. So they're both fingering weight. They are an 80-20 blend of superwash merino and nylon. There's 420 yards here. And this color is called Season of the Witch. And I have worked with this color before, and it works up just beautifully. And then, of course, everybody's favorite name, Unicorn Farts. And I love this because in the hank, it has this tie-dyed appearance to it. And then once you work it, it's, depending on the size of your project, it could have like a striping effect or just random splashes of color if your project is bigger. So this is the fingering weight, and we are expecting more Hummingbird Moon this week, and I promise I will post it on Facebook as soon as it is in stock. I've got some new colors coming in, and she's also doing some speckled yarns, which are fantastic. So I will post to Facebook, and I will also put pictures. And that is just the very tip of the iceberg of what she's going to be showing us on May 23rd. So I hope you guys join us for for when Michelle from Hummingbird Moon is here. So, just to show off how her yarn works up, this is my Bohemian Treasure shawl. And I didn't do this intentionally, it's just how the yarn worked up. It's kind of more saturated here in the middle, and then as you work out, the color speckles get further and further apart. So that's just naturally how her colors work up. And honestly, I think one of the reasons why I love her yarn so much is just she combines colors that honestly I never would have thought to combine. And they look fantastic hanging in the skein, and then they look fantastic when you work them into a project. So I love, love, love her yarn. You can never go wrong with Hummingbird Moon. So I'm going to take a quick sip of my tea. Bryce, are there any comments that I've missed?
I don't think so. Doreen is complimenting your wonderful shawl that you made.
Thank you. I love that, and just the colors are just so much fun. I love bright, cheery, fun colors. So my next item, that was a local product, so now we're going back to purple. So I brought over Andorra. This is a DK weight yarn. It's pretty light. It kind of borders between DK and sport. It's kind of down the middle a little bit there. And this color is called lavender. And this color is called eggplant. And again, it's another really, really rich purple. And this is hand wash only. It's from our friends at Kelborn. And fiber content's right on the front of the yarn band. It's a 60% merino wool, 20% highland wool, 20% mohair blend. So it's got enough of the mohair just to give it a little bit of the halo without the really thick fuzziness that you get from a typical mohair. And these are 185 yards per hank, and they are $14. And these look great on the wall. We have a whole rainbow of colors, but of course tonight I'm just featuring purple. So to kind of give you an idea of how the Andorra works up, I have pulled the Choose Your Own Adventure shawl. And I forgot I tied it on the back so it wouldn't fall off the mannequin. So this is made from the Andorra. And I don't know if you can see, let me get that a little closer. You can kind of see along the edge here, just that tiny bit of fuzziness coming from that mohair. But it works up really, really beautifully, and this shawl it's very lightweight, but it's very warm. And I don't know about you guys, but I love projects when they work up. They're a little bit more lightweight, but you do still get the warmth from it. So that is the Choose Your Own Adventure shawl. This is a shop pattern, so I don't think it's on Ravelry. I think it's still on the Hot August Knits website if you're interested. If not, if it's not there, let us know, and if you're interested in making it, we can find the pattern for you. But I love the color combination on there. Jane, our former manager, actually picked these colors. So there's some turquoise, some cream, the magenta, and then this little bit of gold. And normally, I apologize, I'm not a yellow fan, so normally I'm not a huge proponent of putting yellow yarn in my projects, but I love the way that that looks on there. So this, I guess I'm keeping it all in the family tonight. This was designed by my mom, and this was made by my mom, Dara Frenette. So, putting that there. So again, that is the Andorra yarn. It's marked as a DK weight, but it is a very light DK weight. Oh, Gail picked the colors? Oh, well, cool. Whoever picked the colors did an amazing job. Sorry, for some reason I thought Jane had picked them. So, again, it's kind of a light DK weight. It is $14 for 185 yards. And again, it's a 60% merino wool, 20% highland wool, and 20% mohair blend. So, and they're 50 grams if you're going by weight. So again, there's lavender and eggplant. Okay, so that was a purple product, and now we are going back to local products. So this next project was made by two of my favorite people, Jennifer Miller and my mom. So this is the Night and Day shawl, which was designed by my mom, and the yarn and colors were picked by Jennifer Miller by Theodore's Pearls, of course. So it's 100% bamboo yarn, and the shawl, the pattern, the kit comes with 3 hanks of yarn, 2 full hanks of Theodora's pearls, oxynometer, and then a mini skein of a contrasting color. So this particular colorway is called Dara's Dream, and it's, I want to say it's onyx alabaster. I forget what the red is called. Sorry, Jennifer. And then this is Key Largo, which you've got this wonderful coral, a teal, and a magenta, kind of leaning a little bit more towards the red side of magenta. And this is for all of you out there who prefer your neutral colors. This is called, colorway is called Finesse. So you've got the white, the onyx, and I believe that's called walnut. Scarlet, oh, thanks Mom. Okay, so that color's called Scarlet. And then the last colorway is called Kuiper Belt, and it's got this amazing bluish silver, the dark navy, and then I love this lime green. I think this colorway would look fantastic with that splash of super bright color. So these are $85. You get all 3 of the skeins plus the pattern. Just to give you an idea of how this looks. Ugh, I forgot I tied this one too. So this is a very large and substantial shawl. This would be great for summer nights when it's starting to get just a little bit chilly but not cold enough to put a sweater on. The bamboo is a natural fiber, it breathes, and it is super, super soft. So that's, kind of get an idea of how big that guy is. I'd say he's probably 7 to 8 feet across and 3.5 to 4 feet deep. And I love this little design feature here too that Mom put on there. It's this, she calls it the fringe here at the bottom. So she added just a little more splash of the scarlet in there. And the funny story behind that is when she was designing this shawl, she meant to keep going with the white and the black all the way to the tip, but she ran out of the white, but she had plenty of the scarlet. So she added in that little splash of color there, which I think actually turned out to be a really awesome design feature. So that is the Night and Day shawl. And honestly, if you have not worked with bamboo before, give it a try. It is a really fun fiber to work with. It's very soft. The only thing is when you're winding it from the hank into a ball or a cake, it can be a little slippery, so just make sure that you're taking your time when you're winding it. Again, yarn is always best. If you're not working with it right away, to just go ahead and leave it in the hank and then hand wind a ball when you're ready to use it. But bamboo can be slippery, but it is so much fun to work with. It is so soft on your fingers, and bamboo is just fun. And it's so funny because you never think that bamboo would make a fantastic yarn, but it does. And like we said a couple weeks ago, it is a renewable resource. So bamboo grows incredibly quickly. So now I'm off to another purple product. This is the Ray Eco Organic Cotton. And we did show this a couple weeks ago, but I got more colors in stock. So this is called Lily, and Lily is this wonderful, wonderful lavender. So this guy is 100% certified organic cotton yarn. It is a sport weight, probably on the heavier end of sport weight, not quite a DK, but kind of in the middle there. Let's see here, there is 273 yards per ball, and it is super, super soft and wonderful. We got in this lovely lavender. We also got in a nice deep gray and a couple prints where there's, one's called Cotton Candy, where it's pinks and blues and a little bit of white, and I forget what the other colorway is called, but there we also got in a blue one. So if purple's not your thing, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, we do have plenty of other colors, and this would be fantastic. It's geared more towards making baby garments and baby blankets, but honestly, I think this would make a fantastic shawl, a fantastic t-shirt sweater, or a summertime sweater. So to go along with the eco-organic cotton, I know this is not local and it's not purple, but I did want to show off that we just got these books in. This is called Summer Snuggles, and there are 10 baby blanket designs in here. They're by Jody Long. The book is $15, and I just have to show you this pattern. I fell in love with it the second I laid eyes on it. And so now my brain's kind of going through, okay, how can I turn this baby blanket into a Christiana-sized blanket? So I hope you can see that. It's kind of, it almost has the appearance of interlock, but it's not. It's worked all together. And it's got these little cables going in the same direction as the squares are. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make that into a grown-up sized blanket, because that blanket is super, super fun. So these are all baby sized blankets, and you can see on the back there's 6 of the designs. Really, really sweet. And because they're made of cotton, it's not going to be quite as heavy while you're working on it, or quite as warm. And of course, they don't necessarily have to be made out of the eco-organic cotton, but to get the success, 100% success, then I would recommend using the yarn that they use. So that is the eco-organic cotton. And going back to some more fun facts about my Rockies. So 21 years ago yesterday, which would have been May 1st, believe it or not, oh my gosh, Todd Helton records his first of 2 career 3 home run games in a 15-8 Rockies win over the Montreal Expos. I can't believe that was 21 years ago. And unfortunately, the Expos no longer exist. At least not the Expos now. They're the Washington Nationals. So, don't mean to be showing off all my baseball knowledge. I guess there's just a whole bunch of fun random facts swimming around up there. So, we just did a purple product, so now we're going back to a Colorado-based product. And for that, I have got Yarn Baby Percy DK. Yarn Baby, of course, is local. She's just north of us. And this yarn is a superwash merino nylon blend. It's a 75-25 blend. So you've got the softness of the wool, but the integrity of the nylon that will keep your project, or help your project keep its shape. So there are about 246 yards in each hank. And this guy is called Charcoal. And this is called Nude. So if you're looking for a really good neutral for your projects, this is an amazing yarn. But then of course we have got Caboodle, which looks great with the charcoal. For those of us who still remember what caboodles are, or were, I still have my caboodle. I don't know about you guys. So that's just a lovely combination of magentas and greens and that charcoal gray in there. So that is Yarn Baby Percy DK. These are $36 and there are 246 yards in here. And again, it's a 75-25 merino nylon blend. Okay, purple time. So this product is called Quaker Hill. This is $16.95 per skein. This is a DK weight yarn. And this color is called Raisin. Yay, I love purple. So this is, let's see here, 50% Highland wool, 50% alpaca. And there are 298 yards per hank. I have not worked with this yarn yet, but I believe it's Melanie's favorite, right? Mm-hmm. The Quaker Hill, yeah. Melanie loves this yarn. And this is just a super, super rich purple. It is lovely. This is a hand wash only yarn and super soft. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with this. I need to make something out of this. So again, that is a sport weight yarn. It is 298 yards per skein. It's a 50-50 blend of Highland wool and alpaca, and it is $16.95 per hank. Alrighty, so I have got just one last remaining fact about my favorite baseball team that we're celebrating today. The Rockies till today, I've only actually retired two numbers, two jersey numbers, I should say. The first one they retired was number 42, which of course is to honor the late great Jackie Robinson, which of course all teams have retired his number. Nobody wears number 42 except on Jackie Robinson Day when everybody wears 42. Players, coaches, managers all wear number 42, which I think is great. Hey, Allie. The other number, sorry, throat got dry. The only other jersey number they've retired is, of course, Todd Helton, who retired in 2013. And I was actually there the day that they retired his jersey number. It was really cool. However, they are retiring a third number this coming August for Larry Walker. So they're going to be retiring number 33, and Larry Walker will be the first Rocky to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He was in the class of 2020, and of course, due to COVID, they were not able to induct him and Derek Jeter into the Hall of Fame last year, so they're doing it this year. So the induction will be in July, and they're retiring his number in August. So that's my last fun fact about the Rockies right now. So I do have to recommend, though, if you're a baseball fan or a Rockies fan, I highly, highly recommend taking the tour. About time, exactly. The tour is so much fun. I got to take it, oh gosh, I think it was 10 years ago. Holy cow. And they talk about everything from why the grass is cut as short as it is, where the baseballs have all landed when they get hit into the press box. So super, super fun. And for those of you who would like to increase, Larry Walker was number 33. So the way I remember that is, oh my gosh, I totally drew a blank on his name. Holy cow. The former goalie of the Avalanche was 33, and they used to have jerseys that said Walker. So that's how I remember that it was 33. So if you want to learn more about my favorite baseball team, if you want to just expand your knowledge a little bit, I brought some books that you could look up on Amazon. So the first one is If These Walls Could Talk, Stories from the Colorado Rockies, Dugout, Locker Room, and Press Box. This was written by Drew Goodman, who is actually the commentator for the Rockies on TV. I just got this book, so I haven't had a chance to read it yet. This was a birthday present from my brother. 100 Things Rocky Fans Should Know and Do Before They Die. Sorry, that title's a little depressing, but it's got some great facts in it. Tales from the Colorado Rockies by Tony DeMarco. This is an older book, so it doesn't have anything from the more recent teams. And of course, what every good Rockies fan needs, A Magical Season, Colorado's Incredible 2007 Championship Season from the Denver Post. So, of course, I've got that. And it's just great fun facts about the Rockies if you are eager to learn. So my last couple items, I've got Patrick Waugh. Thank you, Mom. I could remember his last name, but not his first. So I've got a local product, going off camera here for a second. So these are some kits from Cat Mountain. And again, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what we have of Cat Mountain in the shop. So this is Find Your Fade. This is an Andrea Rangal pattern. And the kit comes with the pattern, but it also comes with this fantastic Cat Mountain yarn. Sorry, I've got roving on my hand. And this one just happens to kind of go over both borders of being Colorado product and being purple. So it's got these amazing purples and blacks in it to make the Find Your Fade shawl by Andrea Mowry. And these are 100% superwash merino wool. And she's got the colors labeled with letters on the yarn band. So then that way when you're making the pattern, you can recall which color goes with which line in the pattern. I am a huge Rockies fan. Around my household, opening day is basically a holiday. I can't remember the last time I actually worked on an opening day. So this kit is $145, but it does come with the pattern and all the yarn to make Find Your Fade. And the other Cat Mountain product I'd like to show you is the Fading Point by Hohi. Isn't that shawl amazing? And I did pull the purple and pink colorway. So this colorway is called Berry Crush, and it is $148. And this is also a fingering weight yarn, and I believe it is also 100% merino. Let's take a look. 100% superwash merino, and she has those colors labeled too on the yarn band for matching up with the pattern. So this kit also comes with all the yarn you need to make Fading Point, and it comes with the Fading Point pattern by Hohi. And again, this is $148, and the colorway that I just showed you is called Berry Crush. And sorry, I forgot to mention the colorway of the Find Your Fade. This one is called Aquarius. So it's got purples and teals and a little bit of black in there. So my last item for tonight is purple. And I'm going off camera here just for a second. So this is the Boreal hat. This is a kit packaged by Universal Yarn. It was actually part of their 12 Days of Winter collection, but it's such a cool hat. And I'm sorry I can't open this, it's sealed by the manufacturer, but it's this awesome color work hat. So you've got the lilac and then this nice foresty green, and there are the individual colors so you can take a look at it. So this is a Fibra Natura yarn, and it is classified as a DK weight. I want to say that it is wool. Hand wash, lay flat to dry, and I believe this is a wool product. We do have this in blue as well, but we are featuring purple tonight, so there is your purple Boreal hat. Okay. Did I miss any comments, Miss Bryce?
I don't think so.
Awesome. So just to remind you guys, on May 30th, for our Fiber at 5, we are doing a Q&A from the audience. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask us, anything you'd like us to demonstrate on May 30th, email us, message us through Facebook, and we will be sure to include that on the 30th. So send us those questions so we can get them answered for you. Also, next week is Mother's Day. I mean, I'm having a hard enough time believing it's May, but I'm having an even worse time believing next week is Mother's Day. So we do have, for those of you who are kind of last minute shoppers, we do offer gift certificates. So you can get your mom a gift certificate and then she can come in or buy online whatever she needs to finish her projects. Also, mothers, if you feel like your families are having a hard time deciding what to get you, we do also have a registry. The registry is not just for holidays, it is for any day of the year. So you just come in, fill out the registry. It asks you the product name, the color you want, how much you need of it, and then we give you these little hint cards to give to your family so that they know they can come in. And we do keep the registry on file so you can, when they come in, they don't have to ask what products you need. We have it there for them. So there's a couple Mother's Day ideas for y'all, and thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for helping me celebrate baseball and purple and everything Colorado. So have a lovely remainder of your weekend, and we will see you next Sunday when we're going to celebrate Mother's Day together. So bye.